Hi everybody, this is your reading for Wednesday the 20th of September. Thanks for joining me. I'm using the Goddess Tarot for today's reading, and I'm going to choose 3 cards to give you an insight into the energy and what you'll be working with. So let's have a look at what's coming up for you guys. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man first of all. Then we have the Lovers in reverse. And finally we have the Devil. Okay, so first of all, the Hanged Man is a card that really represents a lack of security, unenlightenment, not seeing things for what they are. In this case, the man has been punished by this goddess for whatever crimes he may have committed. He may have stolen something, he may have acted in a way that was unenlightened, and therefore he's been punished. When the Hanged Man is in reverse, it represents stability, security, and having all the answers. Okay? So on this day, it may seem like you have all the answers, but that's not 100% true, because the card is this way around. There are other forces at work. There are other things that you don't know about, and it's an important day to realize what you know and what you don't know. What you don't know, get yourself some support and help in terms of that, and what you do know, obviously you can act on, but that's the difference. So you have to be aware of what you have experience in, what your skill set is, where you really are able to make decisions and where you're not. Today is an interesting day as well because there's a new moon in Virgo happening, and that happens early in the morning in UK time. I've made a separate video on that. Have a look at that video because it is a new moon in Virgo. It's about taking in information, but unlike usual new moons in Virgo, this one is very complicated, and it has to do with meaning, and especially feeling the way that you do, in the sense that what you think is right, you're going to be absolutely certain about, but there are other forces at work which make the path forward cloudy and foggy, and it's very likely for you to get the wrong end of the stick today. I.e., there's potential for misunderstanding or acting on certainty that then doesn't work out, and you're surprised. I thought this would work. I had such certainty about it. It's a real shock. Okay. The next card is the Lovers in reverse, and in this case, the Lovers. I actually like to see the Lovers like this. I've never seen it like this. Usually, it's a man and a woman and this angel above them. But it's so nice to see that in this deck, they've chosen the Lovers to be represented as a woman who is absolutely in love with herself. The dolphins love her, the sea loves her, she's like Venus coming out of the water, and it's about self-love. You don't need anyone else to be in love. You can be in love with yourself, you can be in love with the process of life, you can be in love with spirit, the world, a higher power, whatever it is you choose. But it's nice because it means you don't need anyone else to fulfill you. You're complete by yourself, and you can be complete by yourself. That, however, is in reverse. So there's not a lot of self-love going on. What is going on is judgment, making decisions, and the problem with that is that these decisions are likely to be incorrect. That's confirmed by this final card, the Devil. So we do have 2 lovers here, and we have this very dark and kind of mysterious looking devil overseeing the whole thing with her claws. And the Devil is about the physical and getting stuck in terms of the details of life, being focused on things like money, your body, your physical health, sex, all of the things that are human, that are earthy. And the problem with this card is there's nothing wrong with sex, there's nothing wrong with buying yourself a beautiful Hermes scarf or a Birkin bag if that's what you desire. You know, materialism has its place. Some people love nice things. But where the problem comes in with the devil is that the devil is such, and we're not talking about Satan or, the Christian devil. We're talking about it in the sense of the tarot here. The devil card represents putting material things over spiritual things. And the reality is that you are a spiritual being having a human experience and not the other way around. And the devil, you can also call that the ego, is constantly working to make you forget that you're a spiritual being. And it wants you to forget, because when you forget, you then go into the world and you try and get happiness from this world. If I have sex with the right man or woman, I will be happy. If I buy myself the latest fashions, I will feel confident. I will feel great. If I get the new Maserati, then people will look at me and think I've really made it. If I have a ton of money in the bank, then I will feel powerful and I can do whatever I like. That's what the ego tries to push you towards, and it uses as its main tactic fear. If I don't get to sleep with anyone, that means that I'm not attractive enough. It means that I'm not desirable. If I don't have enough money, that means I failed in terms of my work, that I'm not skilled enough. It's just an ego trick. It's an ego trick. So this is a really amazing day. First of all, when you see things and you make judgments about things, be very, very careful and remind yourself that even though something may seem 100% clear, 100% clear, there's absolutely no doubt whatsoever about it, you know that this is the right answer. I would counsel you to wait at least until tomorrow or later on in the day when the moon moves into Libra, which happens about 4 or 5 hours after the new moon. But ideally, if you can put something off today in terms of long-term decision making, put it off, because the decisions you make feel so certain, but they're wrong. And instead of judging others and focusing on their flaws, look at yourself, see what your flaws are, embrace yourself as you are, and love yourself with what you see. So if you see someone who is in a poorly paid job but who has a partner and children, you live in a tiny little apartment and you're dissatisfied with that, then see your life for where it is. Say, I'm not 100% happy with everything, but I love myself regardless because I'm trying my best. I'm trying my hardest every day to make things better for myself. Don't go down the route of, I'm 100% certain I'm going to make a decision, and now because I feel so powerful and validated because I've strung someone up on a tree, for example, I've made a decision that this guy needs to suffer because he's wrong and I'm right. And then after that, by feeling empowered, you're going to run right into the ego trap that's been laid for you. And you're going to say, okay, I've already proven to myself that I'm right. Now I get to enjoy myself. Now I get to treat myself. And you're going to treat yourself with something that's harmful. Anonymous casual sex, for instance. Overspending when you don't actually have the money to buy the things that you want, overeating just to make you feel better, whatever it is, it's excess. It's human things trying to make you feel more powerful and to vindicate your actions. A lot of people who take drugs and alcohol are able to really kind of behave in a very negative way and hurt other people. And instead of feeling guilty, the alcohol kind of suppresses feelings of guilt and shame and all of that. And that's when this cycle starts, that people drink more so that it validates their bad behavior. And when you're at that place, then the ego or the devil has really won. So let's get rid of certainty. Let's get rid of acting out behaviors that you think are going to be good. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself, but you can treat yourself in healthy ways. You can treat yourself by having a relaxing massage. You can treat yourself by going for a walk in nature. You can treat yourself by meditating or connecting with friends, socializing. The main focus today isn't on other people and their faults and their shortcomings, nor is it how can I get the most out of this day, how can I be a hedonist, and how can I get the most pleasure out of this day. Instead, focus on this and learn how to love yourself and turn that critical eye that you're putting on the poor hanged man and focus on yourself and see yourself as you truly are. And inside all of us, we are all this beautiful. We're beyond this beautiful, whether you're male or female. That spark of the divine, that inner self, has nothing to do with our physical body. I don't know about you, but I look a certain way. I was born somewhere, so I look like a Central European man, but that's not who I am. I'm 6'4". That's not who I am. My body, my health has nothing to do with who I am on the inside. On the inside, I'm a perfect child of the universe, and it's important that I remember that. I try and remember it by doing a meditation practice. And that's the thing to work on today, not any of this other rubbish. So, we have got 12 and 6 is 18. And 15, hang on, what was this? 12 and 6 is 18 and 15. Okay, so that's 28 and 5 is 33. 33 is, according to some people, a master number. According to other people, it's not a master number. I think 33 is very, very powerful. It's a really powerful vibration, and it's the vibration of the ascended masters and working with your guides and people like this goddess who have access to the bigger picture. So instead of doing everything alone, if you're forced to make a decision today, don't make it alone. Connect with whoever you work with, your guides, your angels, your ancestors, the goddess, Hecate, Demeter, whatever this goddess is from Norse mythology. You can choose who you feel connected with, who you want to work with, if it's Ganesh or Krishna or Jesus. Whatever works for you, ask for their help and support in being less judgmental and loving yourself more and not falling into the ego traps. And as long as you do that, you're going to have an amazing day and you'll be able to progress on your journey to love yourself more. And we're all on that journey. So good for us for making progress today. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. In my readings, I look at what your vocational aptitudes are, what your soul purpose is, what's coming up for you in future, in your love life, in your career, in finances, in your health, your family life. I can also look at what areas of the world are conducive and helpful to you, and what parts of the world just by living there are not helpful to you. So if you're interested in finding out about any of those things, then book a reading with me. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.